Good morning, one and all. In the last class, we discussed about uncatched exceptions and what is the uncatched exceptions, how to set them, how to get them, along with example visa, and also we discussed about multiple catch clauses or also exception handling multiple functions along with the syntax and their examples, and also we discussed about nested try statements and how the nested statements will be executed along with syntax and examples visa. Now in this class we are going to discuss about throw or throw keyword. Already we define, already we know the syntaxes, and already we know what is the importance of throw keyword. Okay na? So already we learn what is the use of the keywords. Every keyword has its own functionality. Okay na? The keywords always be right in lowercase letters. We can't change them. Okay now, why? Because they are having their own functionality in a particular application or program. Okay, now we are going to see throw or throw keyword. Okay now, so here we can saw according to points wise. So throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay now, so we want to throw an exception explicitly. Okay now, we are using throw keyword. We can throw either checked or unchecked exceptions. Okay na, this keyword we can use it to throw either checked or unchecked exceptions. Already we know that. Okay na, checked exceptions means what? These exceptions can be catched by the compiler at compile time to run. Okay, so uncatched exceptions means what? They are not catched by the compiler, but the exceptions are not catched, while these exception can be catched at runtime. Okay, at runtime. So this is that uncatched exceptions. Already we know. So this is throw keyword might be used to throw the particular either catched or uncatched exceptions. It is mainly used to throw custom exceptions. Is mainly used to throw the custom exceptions. The user defined exceptions untai internal ga, or custom exceptions kuda untai. Custom or specified. Custom means what? Specified exceptions. That's the meaning. So syntax: throw, throwable, instance. So what is the syntax here to this throw, throwable, instance, and with the semicolon. Here throwable instance must be an object. So throwable instance must be an object of type throwable. Okay, or a subclass of throwable. So the here in the here means the above syntax. According to above syntax, the throwable instance must be an object of type throwable or a subclass of a throwable. The flow of execution stops immediately after the throw statements. So when the flow of execution will be stopped? After the throw statements. Any subsequent statements are not executed. Then the nested closing try block is inspected to see if it has a catch statement that matches the type of exception. So automatically it matches. Already we discussed about nested try blocks. So when it matches to that particular catch statement, then when it matched, it will be executed. If it does not find a match control, is transformed to that statement. If not, then the next enclosing try statement is inspected, and so on. Until matching, it will be passed. Already we know. So that is the purpose of throw or throw keyword. So here we can see the example of program to demonstrate throw keyword. Okay, so here the class name is throw demo. So in this open the class. in this we can write this function static void demo procedure PROC, that's the shortcut. Then we can write try block. So throw new null pointer exception demo. Then we can write the catch block. So catch null pointer exception E. So here then print this particular exception. So system.out.println catch inside demo procedure. So then throw E. So whenever the error is occurred here, it will throws an E. So then we can write the main method. So close this catch block and close this try block. So we can write the main method here. In this main method, we can demonstrate demo procedure. Is that this method? Okay, now whatever the method we wrote here, we can process here. So then then catch this particular null pointer exception, whatever the exception is, null pointer exception. So then can print that. Okay, now then whatever the output we will get according to, we can close this catch block and we can close the main class. So when this exception will be catched, so what will be happen? Catch inside demo procedure, catch inside demo procedure. Then recatch, what it will be recatch plus E. What is that E? What we need to write here, where it will be having in this java.lang null pointer exception equal to demo. So that is the thing, is equal to java.lang null pointer exception equal to demo. So this is the program for throws and exceptions. So after that, according to that, when it will be match, it will execute the particular statements. Okay, it will execute inside demo procedure. So it catch inside demo procedure. So it will throws E. That's why. Okay, na? So then it will comes to this statement. According to it will execute. So it will execute that next catch E plus E. What is that E? Where it will be having java.lang null pointer exception equal to demo. Okay, now this is the output for this particular program. Next, throws keyword. So throws keyword, what is the use of this throws keyword? So throws keyword is used to declare an exception. So exception throw cheyadam veru, exception ni this is exception అని చెప్పడం వేరు. ఇది ఎర్రర్ ఉంది అని అనడం త్రో, ఎర్రర్ ని this is an exact error, okay అని డిక్లేర్ చేయడం. సో ఫైనల్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్ ఈస్ ఎన్ ఎర్రర్, అక్కడేమో హోప్ ఇదే ఎర్రర్ అని చెప్పడం త్రో అని ఎక్సెప్ట్ చేయడం. ఈ త్రోస్ ఏంటి, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎన్ ఎర్రర్ అని చెప్పడం, వితౌట్ డౌట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎన్ ఎర్రర్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ declared. Okay, now this throws keyword is used to declare an exception. If a method is capable of catching an exception that it does not handle, okay, now suppose whatever the method is capable to handle the exception that it does not handle, but it must specify this behavior. Okay, so the callers of the method can guard themselves against the execution. You do this by including a throws class in the method declaration. ఓకేనా, ఒకవేళ వాళ్ళు ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసే వాళ్ళే ఆ మెథడ్స్ను రాయినట్లయితే మనం ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని మనం వేరియబుల్స్ డిక్లేర్ చేసేటప్పుడే వీ కెన్ రైట్ దిస్ throws class in methods declaration, includes in the methods declaration. So a throws clause lists the type of exceptions the method might throws. Okay, now what is the main purpose of this? The throws clause lists the type of exceptions. It lists the type of exceptions a method might throw. The exceptions except those of type error or runtime exception or any of the subclass that a method can throw must be declared in the throws clause. So it declare means what? It is a runtime exception, or it is a type error and a data type error maybe, or a runtime exception, or of their subclass. So any type of errors, it will be based on that, it will be listed and declared. That is the main importance of this throws clause. So this is a syntax for throws clause. Throw type, return type, method name, parameter list, throws. Return type, method name, parameter list, throws. Okay na? Exception equal to list. Okay, exception equal to list. So in this we can write the body of this particular throws exception. So body of the method, then close this. So this is the syntax for this particular method. Return type, method name, so parameter list, throws, so exception equal to list. So then open this and write the body of the code and close this. Okay, this is the importance of throws keyword. Here we can see an example of throws keyword. So we are using this particular package. So this is the class name. So class test throws one, not throw. So open this class and write this particular method, void method throws IO exception, input output exception. In this we can write throw new IO exception, device error or checked exception. This is what? Checked exception. And close this, and void n throws IO exception. So it will throw which exception? If there is an error, IO exception. And write this method, main method, and we can write the another method, void p, and try any error here and catch the exception e, any, and system, then print that system that out.println exception handled. Then we can write public static void main method. So open the main method and create an object. So how to create an object? Throw test throws one obj equal to new test throws one. Already we know the constructors, how to create a constructor means how to create an object. Class name, object name, new, class name. New is the keyword. Okay na? So to create an object. Okay. Okay. And here the what is the class name? Here this is the class name. Test throws one is the class name. So here we can create an object obj. Any name we can take simply, obj. But object name is always be with a small case letter. Then equal to new keyword. Then it can be test class name, test throws one. Then we can access this obj.p, this method. We can call this method. Okay na? We know that how to access the methods. Object name dot method name, object name dot method name, and with semicolon. Then we can print system dot out dot println normal flows. Okay, what is the output according to this? So execution handled. So what is this? Here the catch e will be accessed here. So then it will be print this one, exception handled. So according to this e, we can create an object. So then we can call this method. So what we can having in this method, what we can print normal flows. Then it can print the normal flows. So it throws an exceptions. Okay, it throws an exceptions. It declared an exceptions. That is the meaning of this throws. Okay, I hope all you understood what is throws exceptions or keyword. So here we can see difference between throw and throws. This is a very important question for 2 marks. It will ask in so many times. Throw, throws. The first point under throw. Throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay, now the throws under the throws keyword is used to declare an exception. So throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Throws keyword is used to declare an exception. Second point under throw, throw is followed by an instance. Instance means objects, instance. Under throws, throws is followed by a class. That is the main difference. Throw is followed by an instance variable, but the throws is followed by a class. Third point under throw, throw is used within the method. Throw is used within the method. Throws used within the method signature. According to the method signature, already we saw in this program, we can wrote so many methods, we can declare so many methods, okay na? So along with it can execute that particular methods with the method signature, okay na? Next, under the throw, fourth point, you cannot throw multiple exceptions. Yeah, we cannot throw multiple exceptions. We can declare multiple exceptions, okay na? Okaka exception maatrame throw chestundi throw keyword, but it will be declared multiple exceptions. List of exceptions, already we know that, we discussed list of exceptions, okay na? That is the meaning of multiple exceptions. Under that fifth point, under throw, checked exceptions cannot be propagated using throw only. Here the checked exception can be propagated using throws. So these are the major fundamental differences between throw and throws. Next, finally block or finally keyword. So this is a finally keyword is used to create a block of code that follows a try block. So it follows the try block, so it can create a block of code. A finally block of code always execute whether or not exception has occurred. If an exception is occurred or not occurred, the finally keyword is always execute a particular block of code. Using a finally block lets you run any cleanup type statements that you want to execute, no matter with what happens in this protected code. A finally block appears in the end of the catch block. So when it will be appeared, the finally block, end of the catch block, try block after catch block after finally block. So that is the main thing. So this is the syntax for catch block, finally block. Try, we can try block, we can write this keyword and write the try block statements, and here we can write the catch block statements, either catch block 1 and 2, more than one. Then we can write the finally block statement, cleanup code, or here we can write cleanup code. So this is the finally it will be clean up our code. That is the syntax of finally block or finally keyword. So what is the syntax? Try, write the code of try block and close the try block, and write the catch block, open and write the code and close, and exception type 1 and exception type 2 and so on, and then we can write finally block or finally keyword to clean up the code. So let us see an example here. Here class test finally block. So you can write this class, open the class, write the main method in the class, write the try block code here and print this, and catch block, write the catch block, and then we can write the statements here, then write the finally block. So in this finally blocks we can print finally block is always executed, system.out.println rest of code. Okay na? So what is the output here? So here according to this 25/5, what is the output? 5 generally. So then what we will get here? So finally block is always executed. So here we can print this, finally block is always executed. Then the rest of the code will be executed. So like this it will be execute the code. So that is the importance of this particular finally block. Next, see the another example. So here we can write this finally block. So open this class and write the main method and write this information 25/0. Then we can print the data. Then we can write this null pointer exception catch block and then print. Then we can write the finally. We can print the finally block is always executed. Then we can write this code. So what is the example? So here we can not get this output. So then it will be print this statement. The finally block is always be executed. Then it will execute this rest of the code. Okay, na? So execution is a thread main java.lang arithmetic exception by 0. So that is the output we will be get. Next, built-in exception. So built-in exceptions means built-in exceptions are the exceptions which are available in Java libraries. Okay, na? So predefined functions, Java libraries. Okay, for example, so they built-in means already predefined. Okay, so these are called built-in exceptions. These exceptions were available in Java library inside the standard package java.lang.java. Okay, na? In this package they will be available. Java defines several exception classes. Already we know. The most of these exceptions are subclasses of the runtime exceptions. Most of the exceptions are the subclasses of the runtime exceptions. Since java.lang package is implicitly imported into all Java programs, automatically it can be import these particular things whatever required, it will be imported into all Java programs. Most exceptions declared from runtime exceptions are automatically available. The following table shows some of the built-in exceptions available in Java. We can see here. So here user defined exceptions. So what are the user defined exceptions? User can create something, but built-in exceptions means already they are predefined, but these are user defined exceptions. 2 marks questions user defined exceptions. Based on the user requirement, user can create exceptions. The user can create exceptions while writing a program based on their requirement. They are called user defined exceptions, or the exceptions which are defined by the user are called user defined exceptions. Creating user defined exceptions. How to create the user defined exceptions? We can create our own exceptions by extending exception class. By extending the exception class, the user can create his own exceptions. The throw and throws keywords are used while implementing user defined exceptions. So we want to create the user defined exceptions, so we can use throw and throws keywords while implementing user defined exceptions. The naming convention we have to follow as every exception suffix must be the word exception. Then exception is a class, so we have to follow class coding convention. So that is the user defined exceptions. Next, creating own exception or subclasses. Creating own exceptions and subclasses. So how we can create own exceptions, subclasses? Java provides a rich set of built-in exceptions. Already we said those are called built-in exception classes, like arithmetic exceptions, IO exceptions, input output exceptions, and null pointer exceptions, etc. Okay, na? So Java already provides some built-in exceptions. What are those exception classes? What are those? Arithmetic exceptions, IO exceptions, null pointer exceptions, etc. All are available in which package? Already we discussed in previous, which classes? Java.lang package. What is package in general? It consists of classes and interfaces. It consists of classes and interfaces. Okay. Okay. These are all built-in exception classes is available in java.lang package. What are those? For example, arithmetic exceptions, IO exceptions, null pointer exceptions, and used in exception handling. Okay. These exceptions are already set to trigger on predefined conditions. Okay, now already they can be arranged, they can be triggered on predefined condition, such as when you divide a number by 0 it trigger arithmetic exception. Already we saw in these previous examples. Okay, a number, when a number is divided by 0, so automatically it can be triggered. Okay, na? Which type of arithmetic exceptions. And also a part of these classes, Java allows us to create our own exceptions. Okay, now sometimes it will be allow us to create our own exception classes to provide own exception implementation. These type of exceptions are called user defined exceptions or custom exceptions. So this type of ourselves we can create some exceptions. These type of exceptions are called user defined exceptions. Already we learned in this previous slide. Okay, now are also called as custom exceptions. These user defined exceptions are also called as custom exceptions. You can create your own exception simply by extending Java exception class. So we want to create our own exceptions. Simply what we need to do, we can extending Java exception class. You can define a constructor for your exception, not compulsory, but you can define a constructor for your exception, and you can override the toString function to display our customized message on catch. Okay, now here we are having some examples. Okay, now so for example, custom exceptions, we can see the examples in our soft copy. So what are these custom exceptions, how to write these custom exceptions or user defined exceptions. That is the meaning of creating own exception subclasses. Okay, now so we want to create our own exception subclasses. We are using the java.lang package. Okay, now in this package we are having some exception classes like arithmetic exceptions and IO exceptions and null pointer exceptions, etc. So we can we can implement our exceptions. Okay, na? So for this we are using these custom exceptions and all. Okay, so in this class we discussed about the concepts like what is a throw, what is the importance of throw keyword. Okay, now how to implement throw keyword with example we discussed along with syntax, and we can discuss about throws keyword. So it can declare the list of exceptions, so how it can be performed, how it can be matches the exceptions. Okay, na? And also we can learn the syntax along with the examples. Okay, then we can learn differences between throw and throws. Then we can learn finally block or finally keyword. So what is the use of it, when it will be occurred, so what is the syntax and how to execute this program. Along with program we can saw the what is finally keyword, importance of it. And we can learn built-in exceptions. So what is the importance of built-in exceptions, and user defined exceptions. So what is meant by user defined exceptions, and we can learn creating an own exception subclasses. Okay, so up to here in this third unit the first part will be completed. In this we can learn totally about exceptions, exception handling, types of exceptions, and we can also discuss about 5 keywords in this particular exception handling mechanism: try, throws, finally. These are along with their syntaxes and examples we can saw. We can learn different concepts also along with user defined exceptions and built-in exceptions, and how we can create our sub exceptions, subclasses and all. Okay, I hope all you understood regarding exceptions. So thank you one and all.